I'm finding a lot of encouragement and courage to keep going through this extraordinary, tight, short, compressed period of evolutionary leaps, evolutionary awakenings as Uranus, the lightning bolt, and Neptune, the mists and dreams and visions, and Pluto, the potato peeler, all change signs, ending and beginning very large, significant, collective stories, eras of consciousness, and begin new ones, all in this 18-month period between really the fall of 24 and the spring of 26. And here we are, and we are, whew, we're getting there, we're getting there. So would you call it halfway? I don't know if we can call it halfway. I guess we could call it halfway. Wow. Of course, the realizations that are going to come about what we went through in this period of time, what it built up to it, and then, led us into it, and then what we do with it will take a long time. And there's nothing to do but to let go. And what you're letting go of may not even be yours anyway. Oof. So I look at the closer planets, the ones that shift, that are more the interpersonal planets, to get a bit of a sense of, well, what more, what can we work with? The interpersonal planets are a little bit more personal than these massive collective things. And so, where are we? We're in the last day of Jupiter in Gemini. Tomorrow, Jupiter leaves airy Gemini and steps into watery Cancer. And what in the world does that mean? What does it mean? Jupiter takes a year in each sign. It's unlike some of these biggies that take, oh my God, that take 7 years or 14 years or 30 years to go through a sign. Jupiter's a 1 year shot. And Jupiter's the planet of opportunity and expansion and journeys and adventures that are more like vision quests. And sometimes Jupiter just makes stuff bigger. And that can be good, or it can be, just more awful. So here we are, and we're at a cusp, we're shifting. And, we're also coming up to the summer solstice. And I think we could be generous with ourselves and say, you got a little more time, like next weekend, next Friday night is going to be the beginning of the summer solstice weekend. So what do you do? What do you look for? What is the gift and opportunity when Jupiter's in Gemini? It says, have important conversations, expand your networks, expand your curiosity, study something new, find your voice, breathe more. That's all Jupiter in Gemini, and I could go on about it. It's airy sign, Jupiter, Gemini, the networking and the connecting and the awareness and the conversations. And it is true that if today, tomorrow, and even we'll give the grace of this next week, if you have important conversations you've been sitting on, it's a great time to go have them, because the world can expand so mightily from that doing so. So Jupiter steps into Cancer. And what do you do? It says, when Jupiter steps into Cancer, watery Cancer, it has to do with home and belonging and roots and ancestry. And so it's, sink your roots deep, expand your sense of home, go on a quest to know where you came from. You will discover more. You're discovering such richness and abundance. Now, I've been trying to keep these things to 5 minutes or under. In fact, some say I should do it to 3. But there's a taste. We can explore this a bit more because we're going to have Jupiter in Cancer for a year until next June. So, but this week, just realize that, yes, we've got